that his appearance, birth, and activities are all transcendental, and one who understands them factually becomes immediately eligible to be transferred to the spiritual world. The Lord's appearance, or birth, is not like that of an ordinary man who is forced to accept a material body according to his past deeds. He appears out of his own sweet pleasure. Once upon a time, seeing that her maidservant was engaged in different household duties, Mother Yashoda personally took charge of churning butter. And while she churned butter, she sang the childhood pastimes of Krishna and enjoyed thinking of her beloved son. The end of her sari was tightly wrapped while she churned, and she labored very hard, churning with 2 hands. The bangles and bracelets on her hands tinkled as they touched each other. Before this picturesque sight, Lord Krishna appeared as a child. He felt hungry, and out of love for his mother, he wanted her to stop churning. He indicated that her first business was to feed him, and then churn butter later. Mother Yashoda took her son on her lap to feed him. And while Krishna was sucking the milk, she was smiling, enjoying the beauty of her child's face. Suddenly, the milk which was on the oven began to boil over. Just to stop the milk from spilling, Mother Yashoda at once put Krishna aside and went to the oven. Left in that state by his mother, Krishna became very angry, and his lips and eyes became red with rage. He pressed his teeth and lips, and he immediately picked up the butter pot and broke it. He took butter out of it, and with false tears in his eyes, he went to eat the butter in a secluded place. In the meantime, Mother Yashoda returned to the churning place after setting the overflowing milk pan in order. She began to smile as she thought, the child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left this place, fearing punishment. Krishna! After she sought all over, she found a big wooden grinding board, and she found her son sitting by it. He was taking butter, which had been hanging from a swing, and he was feeding it to the monkeys. She saw Krishna looking this way and that way, in fear of her because he was conscious of his naughty behavior. After seeing her son so engaged, she very silently approached him from behind. Krishna, however, quickly saw her coming up with a stick in her hand and began to flee in fear. Mother Yashoda chased him to all corners, trying to capture the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who was never approached even by the meditations of great yogis. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was playing just like a child for a great devotee like Mother Yashoda. Although she was tired, she suddenly reached her naughty child and captured him. Being the topmost well-wisher of her child, Mother Yashoda began to think, if the child is too fearful of me, I don't know what will happen to him. In order to punish him, she thought to bind him with some ropes. But when she tried to bind him. She found that the rope she was using was too short by 2 inches. She gathered more ropes and added to it. But at the end, she found the same shortage. In this way, she connected all the ropes available at home. But when the final knot was added, she saw that it was still 2 inches too short. Mother Yashoda was smiling, but she was astonished. How is this happening? Then Lord Krishna, appreciating the hard labor of his mother and being compassionate upon her, he agreed to be bound by the ropes. Of course, no one can control the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but for his own transcendental pleasure, the Lord can submit sweetly to the protection of his dear devotee. Jai Shri Krishna!